I am your host, Gary Puckett, and today my guest is Superintendent Todd Bowling. Todd, welcome back once again to SuperChat.
Good afternoon, Gary. Glad to be here. Welcome the opportunity to always talk about our school district and what's going on.
Hear, hear. It's always a pleasure when we do come up with some good information for stakeholders, our listeners. Well, Todd, for this current year's graduation ceremonies, graduates had the opportunity to experience an in-person graduation. Can you describe these events for me, and were there special safety protocols still followed to keep students and families safe during the ceremonies?
So this year, we were lucky enough to be able to offer in-person ceremonies. That doesn't mean that we didn't offer personal ceremonies, and we did have some students take advantage of that. So the in-person, however, were offered at our outdoor stadiums at Colerain High School. And with our two high schools, the largest seating opportunity for area we had was at Colerain High School. So there are still limitations that are put out by the orders that were allowed for graduation, which limited the seating to 30% in outdoor areas. So following those guidelines, we had limited number of seats that we could allow. So at Colerain High School, depending on the amount of graduates, that allowed 4 tickets per graduate for Colerain High School students because they had a larger graduating class, and around 6 tickets per graduate for Northwest High School. So we had to space out the tickets. Families could sit together. And then as we went through it, so masks were first required when we started planning for this. And then all of a sudden, the governor comes out the Friday before Northwest High School's graduation and says masks are no longer required if you're vaccinated. So, but CDC guidelines says that it's still preferable to wear them in school type settings. But it worked out really well. Our graduates wore them, but as they went across the stage, they took the mask off for pictures and so on and so forth. And they stayed 6 feet apart, and they're sitting on the stadium turf, and so the safety protocols were followed. We had seating spaced out in the stands, and overall it was an outstanding day. Went through our regular ceremonies. The weather cooperated, nice and cool during the Northwest High School ceremony, which was May 15th, and then a whole lot hotter during the Colerain High School ceremony, May 22nd. But both went great. Really nice to see the kids get to have a celebration for their graduation, go across the stage, see people be present, but also tell you our indoor ceremonies that some chose from each high school to have are very nice also, because that was 10 to 15 guests. They go across the stage in the auditorium to get their name announced, and their families can applaud, take pictures for them there also. So both types of ceremonies are very nice, and it's just nice to see them to have the choice of either one they wanted to do. And it's still, it's a personal preference, because even the kids who walked across the stage, some didn't want fist bumps, some wanted to just get their diploma, keep their distance, keep their mask on, and move apart. And, that's fine, because everybody has their own fears. Everybody has their own precautions they want to take, but it was just nice to have the opportunity. So both went very well.
It's respect for everybody all the way around. I think that's great. Todd, Northwest Local is already gearing up for next year. What kind of efforts are being made to prepare for a safety-related focus and the use of PPEs and so on? What can you share with our listeners on that count?
Yeah, so currently we're going to keep our mask policy that we have in place. And the reason we're doing that is we have summer school coming up. And right now, the majority of our kids are not vaccinated. Now, they have opened it up. At first, they opened it up for 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. And we didn't have a very good turnout when we offered those vaccinations at our school, about 60 total between both high schools. And now they've opened it up for 12-year-olds through 18-year-olds. So we will try to get as many vaccinated kids as we can, but CDC guidelines still say non-vaccinated folks should wear masks. So during summer school, our kids, while in school, will wear masks. So will our staff. But when they go outside, they will not be required to. Board meetings, if you're vaccinated, no mask will be required. But if you're not vaccinated, we will require masks. And so our guests will have the same expectations. They will still stay spaced. And that'll start when the governor's order changes on June 2nd. So as we look at next school year, however, though, we will be expecting that We will change our mask policy at the August board meeting, the first one, and we will not require masks, but we will also allow students and staff to wear masks if they would like to, because not everybody will get vaccinated by choice. Some will prefer to wear it just to stay safe because we still will have COVID amongst us. We do not foresee it being a requirement, but we will allow those to do it. We will keep, obviously, our cleaning protocols in place for our offices and our school because we still want to make sure that we keep good things in place. And to be honest with you, during the flu season, wearing the mask helped a lot. So if students want to continue to wear it and help calm things like the flu down and other things, it's only going to be more helpful. So.
Yeah, and I think that a year of it has created, well, quite a habit of really just pretty much automatically putting on the mask and going, Let me ask you something else. Is there anything in particular that you can share with our listeners that the district will be doing to address vaccinations for students between those ages of 12 and 18? I mean, is there anything firm afoot in that regard?
Yeah, we meet weekly with the Hamilton County Health Department, and basically we all talk as school districts. The biggest thing we can do is help educate parents and the kids on this, because the biggest fear is, are there any side effects from this and what can happen in the future? So we're partnering with the Hamilton County Health Department, trying to get as much information out there as we can, get the research out there that shows what is good about getting vaccinated and how it helps students, but also looking at partnering with them because they can bring in mobile vaccination sites that they can put on our school parking lots. So parents just drive up, go through the drive-through, and get the kids vaccinated while in the car, then pull over to a parking lot spot for 15 minutes. And then they'll come over and tell them when they're available to leave. The tough part there, though, is with the young kids who are under age of 18, you got to have a parent with them or a guardian because of that permission piece. But we are working with them. Sites will pop up throughout the district. We'll try to take advantage and put them all throughout the district. But Hamilton County is very willing to work with us, put sites in our neighborhoods, in our schools. So we'll continue to work on that, try to push out information, because I think the more information we can push out to the parents, the more comfortable they'll feel with it.
Yeah, good. On another item, it's my understanding that you have established a partnership with Envision Children to offer students I'll call it a summer learning camp experience. Can you tell me how this program will work?
Yeah, this is a great partnership. It's a nonprofit organization. And what it is an academic summer enrichment program for 2021. And the great part is right now we're officially full. We have 337 completed applications. Parents can continue to apply online, and they'll be put on a wait list because people will drop out before it starts. But if we have the wait list, we'll pull people in as places open up. They will be offered at Taylor Elementary and Struble Elementary. And any student who is entering kindergarten through fifth grade in the fall of 2021 is eligible. The cost is a $65 registration fee and $600 tuition, which is $75 per week. But if your child qualifies for Ohio child care vouchers, you only pay the registration fee and that's it. So it's regular camp hours, Monday through Friday. It's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pre-care is 7 to 9 a.m. and there's post-care available for 3 through 6 p.m. And that makes it available because parents go to work early and then they can't get off to a certain time. So we wanted to put kind of like a way to take care of the kids prior to the program beginning. It's a great way to get the kids in extra help in math and in literacy every day. So they'll work on reading and math daily. They'll have STEM activities, which is working on science and math and English and all these activities. There'll be field trips on Fridays. It'll just be great exposure to the kids, great learning opportunities. And again, it's just awesome way for our kids to get extra help, to get caught up, and to stay in touch with their academics, because a lot of learning is lost over the summer when kids disappear for the 2.5 months that they're away. So just a great opportunity for our young ones to get back, stay in touch with school, and continue to learn as the summer month comes. And in lieu of COVID and not getting everything we've had with remote learning and not being able to cover everything we wanted, this is a great way for them to catch up. Plus, a great way for parents to be able to go to work and have some of the daycare and schooling that the kids need. So just a great way to help our parents and our kids out.
Oh, I agree. There's so many advantages there, and it does kind of help offset that, I think, what they call in education, that summer slide
Yes,
that
very much so.
students do experience. Well, I think it goes without saying, but I will speak for all stakeholders and our listeners. It's good to see this whole COVID thing calming down and being brought under control. I hope our lives continue to normalize. Todd, this has been a beneficial conversation today, and I want to thank you for joining me here on Super Chat.
Thanks, Gary. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and a good chance to spread information to our stakeholders. So as always, look forward to it and appreciate the time.